Hi guys, welcome to Chakra Sessions. I am your host, Polly Jo Labbe, and here we are in the beginning of March, and we are in a lot of shifting energy. It is a time when old energy from the winter that's been stagnant is about ready to release. It's about ready to change. And so we are here in Chakra Sessions to help you release the things that are ready to go. Wintertime allows us to sort of hibernate. We sit in our own energy. We spend a lot of time getting in our own way, as it were. And so in this time, we get to really look at what we want to release. And one of the things that's been coming up for my students and my clients here at Trinity Healing Sanctuary and Trinity School of Mystical Energy Healing, the big thing that has been happening for people has been energy around anger, frustration, and resentment. I know we all have that. We all have times when we feel not appreciated or taken advantage of or not heard. And all of those can lead to different forms of resentment. So that is what we are going to be releasing today. I think we can all use that. So welcome to the show, Rob. I love the fact that Rob shows up each time to start off my show with "What'd you know, Polly Jo?" Because it really gets me in the mood, and it also lets me think about, I know quite a bit, so I love sharing it. And my, the channel that comes through with the ancient messages and the teachings, that is always exciting for me to share with you, because I am learning right along with you sometimes, or being reminded of areas where I need to look at for myself. Welcome to Neshi as well. How you doing? She is our queen here at Star Nations Radio. And whenever I see her name pop up, I feel like so privileged to be part of this beautiful group of healing show hosts who all share our gift in a different way to help you really change your life, however that works for you. And one way you can help other people connect is by liking and sharing this broadcast. You can do it now or you can do it after, and that really helps other people reach the healing that they're meant to receive too. It helps us all just sort of spread the joy and spread the love, and it helps us work through those Facebook algorithms of who's going to see what. So thank you guys for helping out with that. The liking and sharing really does a lot to change the numbers and allow our broadcast to reach more lovely, lovely people. So today, I'm laughing here in New England. I'm in Massachusetts, so some of you may have seen the crazy storm stuff that happened. I am blessed not to be on the coast. We are more, I'm closer to Vermont and New Hampshire, but we still had a lot of this crazy rain. And the past few weeks, we've had days in the 60s and 70s, and then we've had snow and torrential rain or ice storms, and it's the gamut. So it's that Mother Nature can't make up her mind between, all of the cleansing through the winter and really shifting things, time for us to move forward and move on. And so we're getting it all over the place. It's been an interesting mix of things. We have a glorious sunny day today. You could, be walking around without a coat on. And tomorrow we have a nor'easter where, the snow accumulation is going to be high again. So who knows? So for some people, they get cranky because winter can be, especially here in New England, the weather changes really rapidly from one extreme to another. And you could be resentful. You have a couple of nice days and then next thing you know, you're back in the snow. But I see it all as forward progress. Every time it snows or it rains, to me, it's a cleansing, a purification. And so, of course, we're going to do a bunch of releasing work today and then allow the weather to just take it away. And when we clear our own stuff, we help to clear the planet. And that's really, really part of our job. We're all here for a purpose. And, the only way for us to really, really work on that is to clean the stuff out of our energy field. So when I'm talking about the energy of resentment, I'm talking about ways where we almost feel a little wounded. Our inner child might get a little pouty. And that's because we probably said yes to something that we meant no about, or somebody else said yes to us when they really should have said no. And when things don't go our way, we can really resent the fact that, somebody made a promise to us and they didn't keep it, or somebody's mad at us because we made a promise that really wasn't realistic on our end. And we store resentment in one section of the belly. It also gets stored wherever the relationship is located, but in this one section of the belly, it gets stored off to the side. So anybody who's had trouble with their left kidney or anything in that vicinity, really, pay attention to any resentment you may be holding onto, any judgment that you've made about, I think of it as presumptions. We presume somebody is going to do something in a particular way and then they don't, and then we get mad. And that can be really difficult. So I can give an example recently of when I stored up some resentment, and it was hysterical because when I looked at it really closely, I never said exactly what my expectations were. So I have three sons who are all in their late 20s, early 30s. And my oldest son has moved back home for a little while. He's saving up money to get his own place, preferably to get a condo or something like that. But, really getting his finances in order. And I appreciate that. But he had fallen back into this pattern when he lived here as a teenager, which was, eat in the room, then, the next day bring all these dirty dishes from the whole day before and dump them in the sink and then leave them. And now he prepares his own meals and all of these things. And he leaves the stuff in the sink. So I was getting frustrated because I'm doing twice as many dishes, and he really isn't doing any, and he wasn't unloading the dishwasher, and I was getting really resentful because, we should be a team and we should take turns. I never said anything, and I just assumed he would know and assumed he would understand. But the reality was he was back home and he was on his home programming. And so I had a conversation with him just a couple days ago and said, hey, if I wash them, you empty them out of the dishwasher, please. And we need to take turns doing some of the other cleaning around the house because, I'm not your maid. But if you would like me to be, this is my hourly rate. And I gave him my healer hourly rate. So, for some reason, he didn't feel like paying $125 an hour for me to do his dishes and, vacuum or do the bathroom. So now we have an agreement. But I was holding all this resentment. I was so angry. But I never said anything. And I could feel it squeezing in there. So we all do that kind of thing, you know, and then when we finally blow, half the time it's not even what we're really upset about. So, yeah, I love that. Neshe said, the old assuming technique never works. Yes. You know, there's a really great phrase around the assume, which I'm sure most of you know. And because of that, you know, we do it all the time. I've done it with coworkers. You know, you ask for something to be done. I asked for copies to be made and stapled. I didn't say how. I didn't say where to put them. I didn't say do this set of Xeroxing first so that we don't waste all the ink in the copier. All of those things that I assumed would be logically taken care of. My logic, not anybody else's logic. And of course it didn't happen that way. And, you know, I could have gone into resentment in that form as well, but instead was like, wow, I wasn't clear on how I phrased that. And the universe showed me that I wasn't clear. And then I got to have a conversation about next time, this is what I would like. And, you know, whether that works or not, we'll find out. Oh, perfect, Rob. I love that phrase. Telepathic illiteracy. Yes. And especially when I'm in channel mode, it's almost like I feel at times on my end that everybody's hearing the instructions that I'm getting. At least that's one of the things I think that may be going on. And so all of these type of things, we can hold on to various forms of resentment. And, you know, resentment will literally, you know, start to impact your physical health relatively quickly. Those of you who, you know, you either hold it in your left kidney, that's about 80% of the population will hold it in their left kidney. The rest will hold it in their pancreas or their liver. So one of the indicators is that, you know, one, you may need to drink a lot more water. You may notice your urine changing color. That's a sign that you're holding on to either too much resentment or too much righteous anger, because the righteous anger is over in that right kidney. But if you start craving a lot of carbs and a lot of sugar, or you want alcohol and you're not normally somebody who has alcohol, all of those are symptoms of there being stored up frustration, resentment kind of energy. So, you know, tuning into your body is one way. Tuning into your emotions is another layer. And believe it or not, all of our emotions layer in such a way that if we don't take care of them on the emotional level, they're going to end up in our physical body. And that's part of my job here, is that each week we take one particular area where the energy may be really clogged and we clear it. We're clearing the whole body at the same time, just in case there's something else that could, you know, release easily. But we focus on one particular area and how the chakras work. So resentment, frustration, judgment, anger, self-esteem, self-worth, stress, they are all in what we call the third chakra, and it's located in your solar plexus, which is right below your rib cage. And ideally, it's a bright yellow color. I think of the Crayola color sun, you know, that we would draw as kids. That's what the color should look like. As I'm doing energy work, it is so rare to see this beautiful sun there. It's usually bogged down with some black spots. And those black spots are, you know, negative energy that we've held on to. Any, you know, whether it's emotional or it's trauma or it's stress. We often find that around the second chakra, like a ring around the sun, we start to collect energy. And when that happens, people start to have the heavier emotional responses. So that leads to things like anxiety attacks or panic attacks. And it also can lead to depression. So when somebody is in a full-blown depressive energy, I will see a dark ring around their sun. And so when those people are talking about, feeling like they're falling into a dark hole, or they feel like there's a dark cloud over their head, it's because there really is. Energetically, that's what's happening around their third chakra. And so releasing that energy is so key. So each time you guys come here each week and you check in and you move that energy, you make room for your sun to shine brighter, your personal divine spark to really ignite and be visible to everyone around you. So that is such a cool thing for me to help share with you. And I just want to take a quick shout out to Kimberly Duquette, who is one of my second-year students. Her water broke today. So we are awaiting the arrival of her little one coming to us, Bodhi, who has already been showing signs of doing healing work in utero. We have some amazing healers here, and, it's no surprise to me that their children would start before they've even hit the ground running. So, congratulations to Kimmy. And also, we're all holding space as you go through, the birthing process, because, we know that it is different for every time and every person. So good luck with that, sweetheart. So if you haven't listened to my show before, when we do our healing meditation and we work on releasing the energy, I am going to be making noises that clear the energy. They can sound like little burps. They can sound like squawking noises. That is all clearing the energy for you, for me, and for any person who watches this in the future. So the way that the healing energy flows through me, the divine helps me to compress past, future, and now into one tight ball. And then we clear it all at the same time. So it can happen for you at any point. You could watch this a year from now and it will still work to help you clear, because it's all about the tone and the vibration and the intent that the divine is going to work with you and through you, and just using me as a conduit to help guide you in your own process. So I encourage you to, get comfortable. If you're sitting, you want to make sure that your arms and your legs are uncrossed. We do that to make sure that our circuits stay wide open. We wouldn't want to cross our circuits and create a surge of energy, because we all know what happens, if energy surges in without a surge protector to our devices, how it can blow them. So we don't want to do that in our own physical body. And if you are sitting on the floor, if you are in a perfect lotus where you are perfectly balanced, you won't be crossing your circuits. But for most people, you aren't able to sit evenly, and so that will create a little bit of difficulty. So you can fold your legs, but just have them layered on top of each other like this. That way the circuit is staying open and complete. So I'm going to invite you to take a couple of deep breaths. Good. And know that we all hold resentment. Even the most spiritual beings on the planet, we have times when we get frustrated and we hold on to it. So giving yourself permission to be human and have the human condition, and that, the releasing of the energy is perfect in each and every moment. And really take a moment to call in the divine however you perceive it, whether it is God or goddess, creator, spirit, universe, all that is. Just opening and allowing yourself to experience that how you are meant to.
Yeah.
For there is no right way and no wrong way for you to connect or for the energy to flow through you.
Yeah.
And we create a sacred space around us of love and infinite light. And in that space, you are welcome to call in the angels, the ancestors, the animals or nature spirits, the ascended masters, all divine of the fullest vibration available to you in this moment of now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we set the intention that this healing is for the good of all and harm to none, including ourselves.
Yeah.
And we invite all the distracted pieces of ourselves back home, back within our body, really allowing it to take root and anchor within us, releasing for the moment any things in the future that we may need to do,
Yeah.
releasing any anxiety about what has already occurred, and just bringing our attention and our focus back into this moment right now.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
There we go. Now feel the energy above the top of your head, above the crown. You may sense pressure, you may feel light, you may see white or gold, you may feel tingling or hot or cold.
Yeah.
You may experience nothing at all, but just simply know that the divine energy is at the top of your head.
Yeah.
And we invite the energy to come in and begin to clear and release.
Yeah.
Releasing any stress, anxiety, worry that is spinning in our thoughts, in our brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Opening our divine communication and our intuition
Yeah.
so that we may give and receive messages easily.
Yeah.
Opening our ear passages to hear and be heard.
Yeah.
Moving into our neck and our throat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And allowing our authentic truth to simply release so that anything that was clogging it, anything that was holding us back from speaking and being our true self can just dissolve away in this moment.
Yeah.
Letting any tension or stress held onto in the back of the neck to just gently flow downwards. Imagine it like water moving down the spine
Yeah.
to gently be released into the earth when we are ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
Opening up our throat to really feel and express our true self, our creativity.
Yeah.
Whether it's through our artwork, our dancing, our writing, our cooking, our decorating, how we choose our clothes, however we access our artistic self.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really allowing the energy to melt off our shoulders, releasing all the burdens that we carry for ourselves and for others.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just take a moment, if you have any place where there is tension, just invite the divine energy to focus on that spot and send it through and dissolve it. The molecules breaking apart gently.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then feeling as it begins to move into your chest, into your lungs, into your heart, your rib cage.
Yeah.
Where often we squeeze our breath tightly when we are frustrated or angry.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And really opening the space in between and allowing the energy to
Yeah.
open and expand. In beauty and in grace.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And releasing the places within our heart that we've held on to energy from taking it personally.
Yeah.
Because often with anger and resentment, we'll have moments of feeling hurt and saddened.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sending additional love to our inner child who often feels this the most within us.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And we're going to begin to move into the belly area where the resentment is located
Yeah.
most fully. Beginning right in the center of the belly, in the third chakra, in the solar plexus.
Yeah.
Checking in with our sun energy. So take a moment to notice or feel the color of your chakra. And ideally it may be yellow, but it can be any combination of colors, and that is completely fine and normal.
Yeah.
And we just want to breathe gentle life into that place,
Yeah.
filling those pockets with divine understanding, divine love, divine attention.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then moving over to either side of the abdomen. So just imagine it spreading out
Yeah.
to where your kidneys are located. We feel the kidneys quite often in the back, but you also may feel the energy in the front on either side of the solar plexus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, there's quite a bit there.
Yeah.
So allow the energy to cleanse and release, to detoxify all the thoughts and all the beliefs and all the actions that have happened that you've held onto, squeezing it tightly within your energy system.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And really being in a space of breath where
Yeah.
we can acknowledge our assumptions, we can acknowledge our judgments, our reactions,
Yeah.
and understand that we've held that energy within us,
Yeah.
releasing the good and the bad judgment energy too.
Yeah.
For there is no good or bad, there just is.
Yeah.
And in the moment, we respond in the way that is best for us in the moment.
Yeah.
And we learn from the choices that we make in those moments.
Yeah.
So take a moment to really focus anywhere in your body where you hold resentment. You may think of people, you may think of situations, you may think of behaviors.
Yeah.
Any ways that you may hold on to it.
Yeah.
And at the moment, we're going to squeeze it even tighter into a smaller ball,
Yeah.
really gathering them together, really squeezing them tightly,
Yeah.
feeling the density of that, the tightness, the pain even that that can create.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And with a number of deep breaths, we're going to allow the divine energy to move through and wash away all the energy attached.
Yeah.
We will remember the action, we will remember the frustration, but it won't have the energy charge to it any longer.
Yeah. 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 yeah,
Really moving into that space of self-acceptance, self-worth,
yeah, 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 yeah,
there we go.
yeah, yeah,
And now moving into your lower body,
yeah,
a little above your hips is a second chakra.
yeah,
And in this space is where we hold on to the relationship connected to what we may feel resentment, frustration, or anger about.
yeah,
And taking a few breaths, just allowing the energy to release from the relationship,
yeah,
whether it's with people, it's with things, it's with society.
yeah,
It's really in our government. For some of you, it's the government. So really allow the resentment to release.
yeah,
Really make room for a new relationship.
yeah,
Especially on your end. Allowing the divine energy to just fill in those pockets of self-acceptance.
yeah,
But when we are in a solid, loving relationship with ourselves, we then hold the capacity to share that with all beings that we interact with
yeah,
and all things as well. And then just really feeling the place in your hips and your tailbone where that anchors into the energy of the root chakra as it moves into connection with that. And the root chakra really holds all the energy of safety and stability
yeah,
so that the foundation of our life is free of resentment, free of anger and frustration, and that we can stand equally on both our spiritual and our physical path without holding that energy within our system any longer if we so choose.
yeah,
And as the energy begins to move down the legs, it creates room for you to be more giving and more flexible and with others, and they will be more flexible with you. It will give space for you to have new ideas and new methods of dealing with trying circumstances.
yeah,
It will give you a stronger footing,
yeah,
a stronger base. And as the energy goes down through your feet, just imagine the connection with the earth. Whether you envision a giant cord going from your tailbone all the way down through the earth, through all the layers, or whether you sense roots beneath your feet that widen and deepen with every inch that they are connected with the earth.
yeah,
And as the roots and the cords go deeper, reaching all the way down into the earth mother, And really finding the molten lava center where you connect with the heartbeat and the heartbeat connects with you.
Yeah.
And just take a moment to imagine that as we are clearing this for ourselves, we are helping the Earth Mother clear the resentment energy that others are holding on the planet as well. Any that is ready to release, any that no longer serves the highest, fullest, best for someone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then gently allowing the earth energy to begin to move up, allowing the divine feminine, the divine mother to fill any places where we have cleared energy,
Yeah.
filling them with love and compassion and nurturing, feeling it as it begins to come up the feet and the legs.
Yeah.
You may feel heat or tingling. I often experience this as a deep honey energy, thick and gooey.
Yeah.
Filling in all those places where we have left and released things that just no longer work for us. And how beautiful it is to receive the Divine Mother
Yeah.
in this fashion. Working its way up our chakras and really filling at the root that beautiful red color to its vibrant, fullest self. And then filling in the second chakra below the navel to its most beautiful orange self.
Yeah.
And filling in our solar plexus with the beauty and the brilliance of our personal sun and that bright yellow color
Yeah.
that exudes so much in that place.
Yeah.
And then moving into the heart chakra and the beautiful green color
Yeah.
that lies there. You may even see shades of pink as well. For the universal heart holds the pink and the physical heart holds the green, and they often work beautifully in tandem.
Yeah.
Releasing any pressure between your shoulder blades so that the heart may receive fully in this moment,
Yeah.
feeling with compassion and forgiveness for all that we've held on to,
Yeah.
and knowing it was okay, it was part of our humanness.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Then moving into the throat and really feeling the vibrance of the blue there.
Yeah.
Allowing the blue to expand.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then up into the forehead, into the third eye, with the beautiful shades all the way from the darkest blue to the lightest purple and every color in between, depending on what is perfect for your mission.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then all the way up to the crown, and allowing the divine feminine and the divine masculine to weave back together in harmony.
Yeah.
Working equally through our body in the up and the down.
Yeah.
Gently in balance, and allowing all of that energy to radiate through all of our auric layers, our personal bubble, repairing,
Yeah. Yeah.
and filling any places where we have cracks and crevices from old trauma, old wounds that we've held on to,
Yeah.
especially behind ourselves. We often forget to check our energy back there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now take a moment of gratitude and thank the divine energy for coming to assist you with your healing today, allowing you to clear what is ready to go and what no longer serves you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank your angels, your guides, your messengers, your ancestors, all the divine beings who've been present for you as well, held sacred space for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And just take a couple of deep breaths and just really allow yourself to feel connected to your chair or to the floor or to the room that you are in. Really become aware of your body, your bones, your muscles,
Yeah. Yeah.
all the divine energy as it works its way through you, and yet allowing you to be in your physical body, fully centered, fully grounded in this moment.
Yeah.
And just allow your meditation to gently dissolve at your own pace. And so welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that. It's always interesting. I often receive messages as I'm channeling. So the channel is coming through and then I'm getting an earful on the other side. So one of the things that has been coming through really clearly is that focusing on the particular chakras and what they do for your life, what they have to do with your physical life, what they have to do with your emotional life, your mental and your spiritual life, and really giving you guys an opportunity to dive into some extra knowledge around that. There are more than 7 chakras. There are, and it depends on who you talk to. My takeaway from that is that the more we clear, the more energy we have access to, the more full we can become. And in the fullness, we access multiple chakras and are able to then bring that energy online. I teach my students how to use those to channel energy through them. So they will, in essence, hold more and more colors of the rainbow. And as you hold more and more colors, more and more healing can occur. And every energy healing that is out there carries a number of strands. Most of them carry, about 3 to 5 strands of healing energy, which is more than sufficient. So one of the things that happens is that, most healing modalities, you really only access a few layers. Most master teachers hold about 10 to 12 in general. And if you aren't calling in your ancient healing energy, you're only in the lifetime of now, you're missing out. And so as part of my school, we activate all of the ancient healing you've ever carried within your body. And when you are ready to hold it, you will. And so each time we come together, more and more healing will be unearthed. And so it is a beautiful, expansion, awakening, and an opening. I'm glad you guys are here and are sharing that. So I just wanted to check in. So Veronica said, beautiful, just what I needed today. Glad I stumbled upon you. I do energy work as well. Thank you. Thank you for doing energy work. We need as many people as possible out there doing the work. And as I said, for those of you who don't know, I do have my own school, Trinity School of Mystical Energy Healing, where we really work on the expansion of the healing abilities, weaving together the multiple modalities into one tapestry, so that each healer is a unique being healing in their own particular way and accessing all the gifts that they have been meant to share. So it can be quite a beautiful sharing. And Neshi said, holy smokes, Polly Joe, that was a great healing and releasing. I don't know how to say the Ketchi Megwich, but it means a very large thank you. And you're going to have to help me on all these, how to say all of these. So thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I'm glad it was powerful for you. Thank you, Rob. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And really, one of the things that goes on is that we hold a lot of energy in the third chakra in particular. It's where our ego gets its juice. It's how we create our perceptions. We do have our perceptions in our third eye, our interpretations, but if our ego is really, running hot and heavy, it sort of supersedes, it overrides our divine thinking and our divine messages, and it overrides our intuition. And so things like resentment and judgment and assumptions really hold a lot of energy in that particular part of our body. It's why there are so many people with gastric issues. It's one of the top things that is wrong with people, whether it's your stomach, your intestines, the pancreas, the liver, the spleen, the kidneys, you name it. We store energy in there. And right now, there's so much out there. So thank you, Neshi. She just shared, how to contact me is through trinityhealingsanctuaries.com. That is the place where we are located here in Western Massachusetts. And we have a lot of different healing that is going on. We bring in guest speakers as well to tackle some ideas that, their specialty. I always think of it as I like to see people in their joy, and in their mission and in their purpose. And I try to call them in and give them an opportunity to stand and speak in that place. Oh, great. She said, yes, ma'am, working it out, ready to move forward. Good energy for that. One of the things that we have here, I channel healing remedies. When I touch people, I often get a recipe that helps them for what's going on. And sometimes those recipes are meant for the greater good. They're meant for more than just them. And so one of the featured remedy, and I'll put more information on the chakra session page. I'm going to start doing that every week now. Is that it's a little hard to see, but it's our Chakra 3 blend. And the Chakra 3 blend works on anything that is going on in that upper belly. So you may not know if it's stress or overwhelm or anxiety or resentment or judgment. And it may be a good cocktail of all of those. And so that is our general remedy for working on anything that's going on there. If you have stuff to release out of there, if you're somebody who's suffered from depression in the past, it's quite likely that you have some residue in there. You may not have any at the moment, but most of us have a little bit of stuff swirling around there. Or if our self-esteem or our self-worth is maybe not at 100%, or we doubt ourselves sometimes, that is one of the remedies that can really help with that. And it is available if you go onto the trinityhealingsanctuaries.com. The recipes, the remedies are there. And the beautiful thing is we've figured it out so you can have free shipping, because I don't want any surprises for anyone. And I want to make sure that we get things out to people who are needing them. And the sweet thing is most of the remedies are going to last you about 6 to 9 months, even if you use it every day. Sometimes it's a little shorter than that if you use it a bunch. But in general, it's going to last you quite a while. So, it's just a nice little way to connect with what's going on for you. So as, we begin the teachings, or re-begin the teachings, there are a lot of people who are energy healers of all different kinds, and just sometimes hearing the information presented in a different way can really be an aha moment for you. Most of my students have carried healing energy, like they may be a Reiki master teacher already, but they're ready to integrate more into their healing, to really expand the fullness of what they are able to do. And the way we facilitate that is we help you release all the energy that you are holding on to that is blocking you from being your true self. And that works for people who want to be healers or who simply have, their own way they're meant to heal the planet. Not everybody is going to do hands-on healing. A lot of people, I have people who do business or who are in nursing or are teachers. And, really being able to speak from your authenticity allows you to reach and, impact a number of other people. So for those of you who are into messages, as I am, as we were finishing the clearing, the hawk flew overhead again. So the hawk medicine was, right on top of what was going on today. And the angel bells outside rang just a moment ago. And that's always a sign from the angelic realm that they were here and they are present and helping us out. And so I hope you enjoyed, the healing today. And if you did, please, please, please like and share so that we can reach some other people who may be in need. There's so many people out there who could use a little bit of a boost. Even those of us who are healers, we can get a little depleted, we can get run down, and we need our own support system because we can't give all the time. We have to fill our own well. So imagine somebody out there has an empty well and you have the capacity to put water in their path, because this could be a way for them to fill their own tank. And if you enjoyed this as well, tomorrow night at 7:00, I do Soul Connections. It is healing that is guided very in a similar fashion. But at the end, we do channeled messages as well. So it is more of a healing service. There is no lecturing, no talking really, except for me guiding you as I'm channeling. And the vibration is quite amazing as we gather together on Wednesday nights. So if that intrigues you, you know, come back to this page and join us tomorrow night at 7. And if not, I will see you next week at noon. And I, you know, send you a blessed day and good tidings, I guess, is what wanted to come through. So enjoy your day, enjoy your week, and be you, because we need you to shine your light. All right, guys, have a great one.